PC Study Bible allows you to read a lot of Bible verses at the same time. So today I'm going to be walking you through how it works. Now, when you open your PC Study Bible software, this is what you would likely see. To begin studying the Bible, you should come over here to Bibles and it will open up this dialog box for you to choose whatever version you want to read in. So, for a start, I'll select New King James Version and I can select the Bible verse right here, maybe Genesis 1, verse 1, or I want a new book entirely, let's say Titus. Now, when what you have selected, when it is not a relevant, when what you have selected is not a possible Bible verse, this will be grayed out. For example, if I type in verse 190, that doesn't work because it's gave me a message here. This is an error message. The verse should be between 1 to 16. That means Titus chapter 1 has just 16 verses, so it shouldn't go beyond that. And you can as well just choose a book right here, type in a chapter and a verse. So I'll click on OK. And then once it opens up, maybe I'm reading New King James Version, but I want to see, let's say, okay, I think I should go to Titus 2. So right here, I can also go to a different book. Yeah, Titus 2. Um, okay, from verse 11, it says, "For the grace of God that brings salvation has appeared to all men." The grace of God that brings salvation has appeared to all men. So maybe I want to see this in a different translation. I just come over to this left hand panel and then click on, let's say, the Living Bible, for example. So I see that for the free gift of salvation is now being offered to everyone. That is the translation from here. And I can check, let's say, NLT, New Living Translation, that says, "For the grace of God has been revealed, bringing salvation to all people." So I could switch that way, but it's also possible for me to have all of these Bible verses I've mentioned opened together at the same time and I can make comparison real time. So how do I do that? I would come over here to this Bible menu and click on add a pane. So what that does is it allows me to have more than one verse simultaneously open. So I can have NLT right here, and in this other pane, if I click on it, which has ESV, so when I click on it, it turns like lemon green. So I can have my New King James Version here. So as I read, "For the grace of God that brings salvation has appeared to all men," in the New King James Version, I am seeing what NLT says about it right here. No, maybe I really want to figure out what does the all men refer to, though there is a different way to do that. Instead of going by versions, I could go by the Greek and Hebrew lexicon to really understand what the word that translated into all men, what it is. Yeah, but that is not what I'm showing you today. So I could also have one other translation. In fact, just by clicking on the plus key on your keyboard, if you strike the plus key, it opens up a new pane for you. So in this, I could change that to, let's say, Amplified Bible Version. This is quite important because some people ask the question, what is the best Bible verse to read? I mean, what was the best Bible translation? I do believe that because of the correctness from the manuscript from which the translation was made, King James Version and the New King James Version would be the most authoritative where you should begin with, but you cannot or should not just box yourself, because you can have the King James Version as your key translation and then use others to support and to gain a better understanding. That is what I would recommend. Yes, so for the grace of God that brings salvation has appeared unto all men. And then in the Amplified Version, it says that for the grace of God is unmerited favor and blessing has come forward. That means it has appeared for the deliverance from sin and the eternal salvation for all mankind. And this has totally made it clear that this is talking about mankind. So it has nothing to do with the gender of men, because some people can read that out of context. So it's talking about mankind, which includes women, includes children, includes all races, all people. That is what that means. And that is like very helpful in understanding the context to that. So you can open new panes like that. I can even have more. I keep on striking and I have more pain, just as the window gets smaller and then the number of verses you see per time reduces. So I could go to the same place to remove a pain if that becomes too many for me. So that is how you can have multiple Bible verses together. And then if you take a look at the number of verses, translations you have, you see that you have like a comprehensive set of translations. Of course, I know some translations like the Passion are not in this current version of the PC Study Bible software. I don't know, even the latest one has it. Maybe it has that. I don't know, but I think this is enough for you to have a good understanding of any verse in the scriptures. Even the Jewish Bible, the complete Jewish Bible, is right here, and it reads as, "For God's grace, which brings deliverance, has appeared to all people." Yeah, so the translations you have are sufficient for you to arrive at any conclusion, of course, while relying on inspiration of the Holy Spirit, understanding and the help from the Holy Spirit. So let me know if you have any questions about toggling and switching between Bible verses, walking through translations in the PC Study Bible.